Namaste everyone. So there's a lot of talking about yourself whenever there is an interview. There's always a usual question which will be asked all the time. That is, tell me about your strengths and weaknesses. I know this must be frustrating to answer this question all the time, but in a way it also means that how you anticipate the question and how you can craft meaningful answers to impress the interviewer. In other words, you can just master the art of selling yourself by listing out your strengths and at the same time not bragging them about too much. Also listing your weaknesses without affecting your candidacy. So let's see how we answer this type of question. So why is this question about weaknesses and strength is asked? Why does the recruiter care about my weaknesses or strengths? Actually, almost all the interviews are getting to know about somebody. They just want to know what kind of employee you will become and how will you present yourself into a professional manner. They want to know, are you being honest? Do you have self-awareness? Or can you present your stuff in a mature manner or not? Your actual strengths and weaknesses will matter less here, and the more important thing is how you present them. How to frame the answer for your strengths. Your strengths should be a reflection of the job description. You need to pick some keywords and frame your answer around them. What most people do is they give their answer very straightforward, like I'm a detail oriented person, I'm a hardworking person. This is not the way to give the answers. You need to back up your answer with some kind of evidence or some kind of story. And you don't need to be too much arrogant while giving the answers. Like, I know I will be better than most of your employees in your company. At the same time, you don't need to be too much humble as well. Like, strengths, I believe I'm good at breathing. Well, that's what my mom says, and she's always right. So, this is not the way to attempt the answer. Always use power words or positive words like ambitious, punctual, etc. Keep it short. Do not brag about yourself. Be authentic and genuine. Here is an example of how to answer about your strengths. I always prefer to complete my work well ahead of the schedule. In my current role as an analyst, I always complete my research at least 3 days before the submission, and I complete my trainings well ahead of the time so that I have time for the editing if there is anything needed into that part. I have an intricate eye for detail, and I would like to bring this same approach to this new role in this company where everything is fastly growing. Here is another example. My greatest strength is my writing skills. I can work under pressure and under tight deadlines. For example, once my editor asked me to complete a project within 2 days. Not only did I complete it, I made it very perfect, and it was one of the best articles which could have been written in such a short notice. Here is another one. My greatest work ethic is my willingness to help and to step forward whenever I am needed. I do not fear taking difficult projects and clients because that is where I learn the most. I take great pride in my ability to help others. Now let's see how you deal with your weaknesses. When most of the people answer about their weaknesses, they say it in a very generalized manner. Example being, I'm a very introvert person. So this is not the way to answer this question. Most importantly, you should let the recruiter know that you know your weaknesses and you are working on it. Never straight them very point forward. Always mention what is the positive thing that you learned about it while correcting your weakness. One more tip is to not pick any weaknesses like I'm a hard worker, I'm a perfectionist, so it creates a problem for me sometimes. This type of answer will generally backfire and it sounds very immature. One more tip is here that you should never answer the weaknesses which is present in the job description as a required quality. Do not try to reveal so much information, only answer 2 or 3 weaknesses. Here is one example. I tend to be overly critical about myself. Whenever I complete some project, I feel like I could have done this more, I could have contributed here more. So it always leaves me burned out and with a feeling of overwork. Over the past few years, I have taken my time about considering my wins and celebrating my work. Here is another one. I'm a very straightforward person. Whatever is inside me, it just comes out directly. I cannot make a poker face. I cannot make expressions. Whenever somebody asks me for help, I cannot say no, even if I'm stuck with some work. So it leaves me in kind of jumping in between the tasks and it affects my productivity in some manner. With that being said, this is how you answer your weaknesses and strengths question. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and let us know. For more such content, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.